Uno momento. What's going on, family? What's going on? I just thank God, and I just hope God continues to give me the mental capacity. Cause goodness, I don't know if it's just the backlash from the targeting and stuff like that, the pattern recognition, just invading in your subconscious. But it can really give you mental fatigue and things like that, just bouncing around from place to place. I ain't ashamed to say it give you mental fatigue. Like you just be forgetting stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just I gotta pray to God that can help give me mental clarity every day because the enemy is busy. Oh, the enemy is busy. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have a little mental fatigue don't mean you mentally incompetent. Now, with all the videos, all the documentation, and all the situations, and my articulation, you know what I'm saying, and dedication, shouldn't be no reason that my name should fit in any type of mental incompetence bubble. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for people to have mental fatigue. You know what I mean? Mental fatigue over mental breakdown. You get what I'm saying? Some people, if they would have went through what I would have went through right here, they would have had a mental breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Glass shattered. Been a whole mental breakdown. Y'all hear them sirens in the background? Y'all hear them sirens in the background? You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can record it real quick. Boom. All right, real quick. We ain't gonna give them too much fame. But okay. So yeah, like I said, the enemy is busy. The enemy is busy. You know, so I thank God I got 2 part-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? Worked a little bit at drive-through. I ain't gonna take the full credit like I did drive-through, but I worked a little bit at drive-through. I was, you know what I'm saying? Just the one out the window giving them what they need. You know what I mean? But I noticed every time that they grabbed the cups, they would grab it with their pinky finger out and their index finger, so it would make like a Baphomet sign. You know what I'm saying? For those in the program, y'all know you know what I mean? The conspiracy theorists, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But regular people, they don't know. But when you in that targeted, program, you know the Baphomet sign. They just letting it be known their allegiance is with Satan. You know what I mean? Like it was like back to back, everybody doing the same Baphomet sign, even in the job. They was just speaking like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle. You know what I mean? But I get it. Some people do the Baphomet sign and they ain't even a part of it. It's just something with the body language. But these people, they specifically put it out like boom. You know what I'm saying? Get with it. You know what I mean? So yeah. And another thing, family, when I went at this job that I'm at right now, right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the hiring manager that hired me. I'm talking to her on the phone, and supposed to be grabbing my little check or whatnot. So the hiring manager gave me the green light. Yeah, you can go in the office and grab the check. Soon as I walked in the office, in the background, one of the coworkers was like, "He's in the office." It was like instantaneously. It's like there's no there's like wow, just it was like she got like direct. Like how would she know that? It's like direct, you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as I walked in there, I heard like, sometimes my ears be catching things. You know what I'm saying? Like Piccolo of Dragon Ball Z could just hear from miles and miles away. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my ears be catching things sometimes. You get sensitized to the program, your senses, I ain't gonna say all the way heightened like you on some Superman stuff, but you start picking up on stuff that you wouldn't normally pick on if you wasn't in the program. So I picked up on her saying that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on the phone with the actual, you know what I mean? Letting her know I'm grabbing it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dang, so if she's get direct, I don't know if that's V2K. So it just lets me know that, yeah, it's not just the target that gets the synthetic telepathy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the people that be harass you. I think it be locally too. It's like, not everybody's getting it. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. But I know when you're in the targets in the perimeter, you know what I'm saying? They get the orders. And sometimes I see people just being on their phones and stuff like that. But then sometimes she wasn't even on the phone. It was just like just straightforward. 'Cause she was in the middle of a conversation. All of a sudden I heard he's in the office. Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got a thing now where, you know what I mean? Helicopter, helicopter, right above me. Stop playing with me, family. Like I don't even need to give them fame. I don't even need to give them fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, every move I make, everything that I do, they are on it. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to use like the young girls at my job. But I'm so above that, so past that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you survive in this program without thinking with a perverted mind. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if I was single in this thing, I would still have to rise above without, without a perverted mind. You know what I'm saying? Because if you thinking on a perverted level, they're gonna capitalize off of that. And then for some people, their whole intention is entrapment. You know what I'm saying? You can decipher when it's not, but their whole intention is entrapment. I usually know like it's not entrapment when somebody try to come in and cop block and intervene. But I'm thank God that I'm married, so I don't have to worry about it. But for a single TI, you know what I'm saying? They want to entrap you. So once they entrap you, then they can begin the blackmail phase. You know what I'm saying? It's like either you gonna be down with us, or that's how they do celebrities. They entrap celebrities, put celebrities in these situations, and now they have dirt on them. So it's like, okay, either you're gonna do this way. If you try to get out of this deal or out of this contract, boom, 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 boom. This is what's gonna happen. So the same thing with a TI, just on a lower level. You know what I'm saying? They use entrapments, or they could just simply just entrap you just to get rid of your behind. Not even use you for whatever they're trying to use you for. But they wouldn't do all this. They wouldn't waste all these resources, you know what I'm saying, just to get rid of you. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they invest in so much of their effort, you know what I'm saying, to put you in a perverted mindset, to get you on a weekday, to think that you operating off the flesh. And once they like see like boom, 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 every day, they want to see like some weak point. They want to see, you know what I'm saying, if, they can brush up against you and see if they can, like, maybe, hopefully you can be aroused or something, or maybe, hopefully you may think that's the green light, you know what I'm saying, to get your R. Kelly on. Like, nah, you can't think on no perversion level. So I always overthink when it comes to that situation. Because I work too hard to get here, to get myself entrapped, to operate off a low vibrational perverted mindset. And these women are a master of psychologists, from young girls to older women. You know what I'm saying? And they late teens on up. You know what I mean? They master psychologists. So the thing about it is you gotta be above that. You gotta look above that. You gotta look at work. You gotta look at it with a matrix point of view. You gotta look at everything in codes, the green codes. You gotta see everything in green codes. You get what I'm saying? And once somebody attracts you with that light, then hey, do what you do. But everything else, just green codes. It's all part of the programming, all part of it. You know what I mean? It's all part of it. So you got to look beyond and above the perverted mindset. You have to look beyond it. You got to look with a clear thought. Even at my job, I talk about God. You know what I'm saying? But I respect people when they be like, I don't feel like talking about God. You got to respect people. You can't force God on people, but you got to let them know what you stand on. You got to let them know what you stand on. And if people want some advice and stuff like that, God has to be in the equation. God has to be in the equation, because you got to remember, you can't force nobody to change. You can't force nobody to change. Even parents can't even force their children to change. You know what I'm saying? They just have to respect, living in your household, and they just take the advice and the wisdom. But, you can't force them, to believe in God. You can't force them into heaven. You get what I'm saying? You lay down and you give them the free will choice. You know what I'm saying? You give them as much wisdom, as much love, you know what I'm saying? Much protection, and establish respect. You know what I'm saying? but you can't force nobody into heaven. You know, and I use that ideology even while I'm at work. I throw a little God in the equation, but it ain't nothing like forcing people, you know, because everybody would throw the term all day. I'm Christian all day. You know, some people, I'm Christian, but I don't believe in getting married. One brother, I'm Christian, and then he just started cussing like a sailor. You know what I'm saying? I'm Christian too, and I smoke cigarettes. So, you know what I mean? Don't be focusing on the plank or other specs and other people out when you got a plank in yours. But it's just like everybody just throw that title. Everybody just throw that title. But it's been a while since I seen, you know, one of them angelic, stand firm type Christians, no games being played, ready to pull out the Bible in a quick second. You know what I'm saying? Ready to pull out the Bible in a quick second. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull out the Bible like how a security officer will pull out items from a shoplifter. That's how they'll pull out the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Where they at? I don't know. I ain't seen one yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful at Sonic. It was one dude was like, man, I'm really glad of what you're doing. Random dude. It's like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't give me no zesty vibes. It felt like it was genuine. I was like, oh man, I love you too. Hold on. God loves you too. And he just, you know, drove on. Gave me that encouragement. You know what I mean? Keep going, regardless of how they look at you with the mental fatigue. You know, you might get certain things wrong, but you getting it right overall. You getting it right. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know, ain't nothing wrong with TIs for having a little bit of mental fatigue. Just make sure you don't have no mental breakdown, and make sure that you don't become mentally incompetent. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not where I'm headed at. I'm headed at a, you know what I mean, a journey of growth and evolution and evolving my thought process. Because for so long, I always had that immature mindset, that perverted mindset. You know what I'm saying? You know, but self-control, you know, that definitely is in the equation. You know what I mean? Because this program will definitely try to capitalize off when will you get weak? When will you give into your flesh? When will you let the blood start flowing down from your head and from your feet and enter at that middle point and get aroused? You know what I'm saying? When will it work? It's all a mental thing. It's all a mental thing. And for some people, you know, they was in that situation, they wouldn't, any given chance, they get rubbing on them, they get all excited and try to play it off. Oh, boom, my bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. But no, sir, not happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not a month from now. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, family, peace.